Hello?
Hi, Maria.
Oh, why am I not? Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you okay. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Can you just put your video on down the bottom?
Is it not? How do
No.
I do that?
Just down the bottom, there's a little video.
There
Yeah,
we go.
just press that. Oh, there she is. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, hi. So I'm just going to dive straight in, Maria, and ask you some questions about your experiences with ditching sugar.
Okay.
Okay, so I'd like to ask, what was your reason for ditching the sugar?
Well, I was doing the Candida diet from this book, The Candida Cure, and that was to rid my body of fungus and yeast. I had athlete's foot several years ago, and it basically made my little toenail grow back all strange and discolored, and so I wanted to fight this from the inside out and try to see if ridding my body of no sugar or ridding my body of sugar, if it would make the nail grow back normal.
Yeah.
And also, I have a friend at work that did a similar diet. She cut out sugar, and she said she was sleeping better and had more energy. So that's kind of why I wanted to start it.
Oh, great.
Give it
Well, that sounds like a very viable reason. So how long have you been sugar-free? Or were you sugar-free for a term of time, and how long was that?
Yeah, it was over the summer. I started in June and just ended it in August, so it was 2.5 months. It was supposed to be 3 months, but I stopped it a little bit early just because I don't know if it was really, if I was getting the result that I wanted, for my toe specifically. So, and I was traveling a lot in August, and so it made it a little more difficult to really stick with that, being around a lot of different people who weren't on the diet that you're on. So that's what makes it hard sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. So I'll just jump to another question and say, what was the benefits that you felt over that 2.5 months from ditching the sugar?
I wrote out some notes, so I'm just looking at my notes.
That's okay.
Well, now I find it easier to not eat things that are really sugary, and I feel like when you're off something for a while, when you go back to it, it seems like your taste buds are more heightened to it. Like it's easier to tell when something has got way too much sugar, more than you need. So it's easier for me to not go for it. Like a donut or anything, I don't want that anymore. I don't really want cake with lots of icing.
I love that. I love that awareness. That's just the best. That's my favorite. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then if I do eat something sweet, I can't stand more than a small bite of it. And that's probably all I should have anyways, if it's, artificial sugar or whatever, or white sugar. I still can't stand the taste of milk chocolate because it just tastes more sugary than, dark chocolate. So I like the dark chocolate. It's better for you anyways. But I realized that I don't even, need sugar. Other than natural sugars from berries, you don't need all that stuff. And I realized that the average American eats way too much sugar, way too much of it, and then, that only causes weight gain and feeds cancer and other health problems. So
great. So you
so I'm just aware of all that.
Yeah. So your awareness was around sugar and how it affects your body was certainly heightened by giving it up. Mm-hmm. Beforehand, it was a decision based on maybe a set prognosis that you wanted. You wanted your toe to, fix your toe.
Yes.
And then through quitting all of that sugar for 2.5 months, you've found all of these other profound awarenesses about yourself and your body. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. And also my sister, my dad, and my mom all had cancer. So I know that, sugar will feed cancer, feed the tumor. So that's another reason to stay away from it.
Yeah, that's that's fabulous. I love it. Thank you. That's wonderful. So now I'd like to ask you. You obviously followed a protocol through the book, a way to do that. Can you tell us a little bit about that protocol and how what steps you took to quit or ditch the sugar?
Yeah. Well, okay. The first thing I did was, as I mentioned, I love dark chocolate, so I made sure that there was. When I was about to start the diet in June, I made sure that there was none of that left in the house because I didn't want to be tempted by that later on. So I ate it up, ate it up. It was just a little bit like a dark chocolate bar. I just ate it all up, so I wouldn't even think about it. And when I went to the store, Whole Foods or whatever, I wouldn't even go down the chocolate aisle because I didn't want to be tempted to buy it. Also, this book had it really was good about taking me through how to get rid of it out of your diet, like rid of certain things. The diet was about no sugar, no gluten, no dairy. And a lot of those things I had already gotten rid of, like milk, a lot of dairy stuff I didn't eat anyways, and I didn't eat much bread anymore. But it was good about taking you through that. Okay, eliminate these certain things step by step. It gave me a list. It had a complete list of foods to eat and foods to avoid,
right,
which I printed off and took with me, kept in my car, kept on my phone too. So I'd always refer back to that. And it also gave me recipes that I could do that had no sugar. So it gave me some great meal ideas and recipes.
Yeah, it's really helpful to have a tool like that. It's got the tips, tricks, what to avoid, where to find sugars, all of those things. Yeah, so I'm currently creating a workbook for my ladies for the workshop so that they can take it away and they've got all of those tools, because I think sometimes we are put off by doing that, changing something because we don't have the resources, or under a bind, we're like, oh, has this got sugar in it? I can't remember. Is that the name for that? Or should I be eating this? And just to have something that you can quickly reference and go, oh, no, that's it, or I need to do a quick shop. What can I buy? Here's a list of things that I can have, and just take the things that you can't, you want to avoid with you, so that you've got those at the forefront of your mind all the time. I think that's something really really handy tool to have.
Yeah, the lists really helped me. I could always refer back to that if I wasn't sure what product was good to use, or what fruit. I couldn't remember what fruit, to stay away from. Bananas have tons, more sugar than other. Berries are better because they have, lower sugar. So I was mainly sticking to berries.
Did you find that you had to do a lot of planning, really, to ditch the sugar when you were following this protocol, or did you find it difficult, easy as well?
I had to plan my meals more carefully. I had to. I'm really into cooking and looking up recipes, so I'd always find a new recipe and I'd be excited about that. Because I had no idea what to do for breakfast, so I'd really have to look online for other things to do. Rice cakes. I loved rice cakes.
Me too.
And quinoa flakes, hot cereal. There's just, so you had to do a little bit of planning, before you go shopping. You have to, I always just, what I do personally, I just make sure that I have a recipe in mind of something that I want to make this week for a meal, and I could also take to lunch the next day for work. And then I would shop specifically for that recipe.
Yes.
And try to get something that my husband would like too.
Yes. Yes, I hear every single thing you said just then. I'm exactly the same. I pick 2 or 3 new recipes that I want to try for the week, write down the ingredients, have them on my shopping list, make sure they're suitable for my boyfriend or modifiable for him as well, and then, have that in mind when I go to the shops. But Maria, I don't know about you, but I feel that as I'm developing, at the beginning, it is difficult to develop those new recipes, and it is a little bit of extra work with that extra planning. But as you have those recipes under your belt, they're there then, always there. So once you make them a couple of times, you can then make them. And so over time, you slowly have this reference book of these recipes that you can, quickly whip together in a bind, and the ingredients off by heart because you've done them more than once.
Yeah. There's a coconut flour muffin, blueberry muffin that I've done several times, and I think it's great. I've never cooked with coconut flour, but it was wonderful, and I just changed out the blueberries for strawberries, and it was even better. So that's one of my.
Now that's exciting. So I just want to sort of finish up with asking you what you found most difficult about ditching the sugar, and talking about any of the major hurdles in that 2.5 months. What were the resistances you came up against? Some of the ladies have said that it's been difficult with family, not supporting them, or when they went out for dinner, or just anything you could think of that may come up when you're trying to ditch sugar. What come up for you, how you overcome it, and obviously leading to the hardest part, because it's going to be hard. Things are hard sometimes, and that's totally normal.
It was at first, and honestly, I think one of the hardest things was having the discipline and motivation to even start it at the beginning, because I knew I wanted to. I was willing to try anything and everything, and I still am, to try to figure out my problem and make my nail grow back normal. And I'm not quite there yet, but I'm still searching for things. And so I had a goal, I had some motivation, but it was just I just kept putting it off. I first got that book when I started going to a chiropractor 3 years ago. I read it, and then I meant to start it then, but then just things really got hectic. That's when my mom got cancer, my dad got cancer, so life was hectic, and I got married last year, and so I kept putting it off, knowing that I wanted to do it, but I just kept putting it off. And originally I wanted to do it to help with lessen inflammation and menstrual pain, and I knew, it definitely wouldn't hurt for me to try the diet, being off dairy and gluten and sugar, whether it had a candida overgrowth or not. So then, 3 years later, this year is when I finally did it. After I got married, I said, I'm just going to do it. It won't hurt, and I might get good results from it. Who knows? But what else? Something else that was difficult, like you said, traveling. I got a little discouraged when I was traveling a lot this summer with my husband on the weekends. We traveled a lot. Usually, when you go out to eat, there's not much that you can order. I found myself several times just going to a really nice restaurant and just eating a salad and saying, okay, no sugar, and no cheese, and don't give me the dressing, just give me some olive oil. And that worked fine. But I was sad that I couldn't just order anything. But I stuck to it many times. I was strong enough to do it. And my sister, my sister-in-law and my husband were really encouraging in that. And also, I went on one trip where the person I was staying with, my friend was going through a very similar diet, the whole 30 diet, which was cutting out sugar as well. So we were there to encourage each other. So that trip went well too. But I was also discouraged when I didn't see, last month, when I didn't see much of a change still for the result that I was looking for. I wasn't seeing my nail grow back normal, and I thought, that 2 months would be plenty of time to see a change, when I was doing this diet as strict as I could. So that was a little discouraging, and I think, and I don't know if that's the cure-all for my problem. It maybe something else will help better with it. I don't know.
Did you experience any other profound benefits while you're doing it though? Did you have anything beforehand that you noticed changed radically, stomach bloating, or just your general cravings, or that,
I I noticed that I don't think I had any symptoms like that, but I didn't. I think after a while, the cravings for like chocolate and sugary things kind of just went away. Like when I'd come home and I wanted something sweet, I would just get a rice cake and put some almond butter on top and a little salt and like sea salt, and that was great for me. I loved it, and I still love it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking around, 2.5 months, you've given your body a decent clean out or clean slate back to basics so that you can build on it nutritionally. And sometimes quitting sugar is just about that. It can be, obviously there's many reasons why we shouldn't have sugar, and we're not built as human beings to eat the amount of sugar that we eat. We are equipped to eat some, though, even way back from caveman days. I think it's like 3 to 9 teaspoons or something a day. So, some's okay, but we just tend to, in our society at the moment, is eat way too much. So sometimes it's good just to have that 2 or 3 months, 30 days or something, and just, recalibrate. Reset. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Just recalibrate. Yeah. And from now, if you've recalibrated and then you put in the, more nutrition, your body's going to take that nutrition so much better. So it might be a matter of time for your toe,
Yeah. I'm hoping if I just do a bunch of stuff, something will work.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing your experience around the Candida. That's fabulous. And talking to me today about your experiences with ditching sugar. So thank you for, carving out some time.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot.